Alex Hormozi just pulled off what might be the biggest launch in internet marketing history. Over 100 million in sales from one single YouTube live stream, and the whole industry is going crazy about it. But here's the thing. Most people are only talking about the obvious stuff. Today, I want to show you the real lessons, why it worked, the things you probably missed, and most importantly, how you can actually use these strategies in your own business, even if you're just getting started. But first, if we haven't met, my name's Penberthy. I've done over 40 million in sales for my own business using webinars, and my clients have collectively reported over 122 million, and I've consulted some of the biggest names in the marketing industry. And when it comes to launches like this, I don't just watch as a fan, I dissect them like a surgeon. So let's break down Hormozi's 100 million launch. Now, the first thing to understand is that Hormozi didn't do anything revolutionary. He didn't invent a brand new funnel or some mysterious new platform. What he did was actually very simple. He took the basics of online marketing and executed them flawlessly at massive scale. And that's really good news for you and for me, because it means they aren't out of reach tactics. We can copy them today for our own businesses. So let's look at some of these basics and how and why they worked. The first thing is hype and intrigue. He built insane buzz around a new idea, the money models concept. He teased it everywhere, got everyone curious, and made sure the whole industry wanted to see what was coming up next. The second thing was lead capture. This is classic, but often overlooked. Every single person who registered went through an opt-in page. That means that Alex wasn't just making sales, he was building a monstrous email list all the way along. The next thing was an OTO, a one-time offer. Straight after you opted in for the launch event, you saw an immediate offer to upgrade to VIP. Why? Because that helps to liquidate the ad spend so that he can spend more to get more eyeballs and start to monetize the launch early. And again, this is nothing new, it just was really well executed. And then of course you would have seen this if you registered for the event, but reminder sequences, emails, texts, notifications. He made sure that people actually showed up who registered. If you don't get registrants to show up live to the event, then of course you're not going to make any sales. And then we have the sales vehicle. In fact, the primary thing that this whole launch centered around was a webinar. This one makes me laugh a little bit because for years, people in this industry have been saying that webinars are dead, webinars don't work anymore. And yet here we are, the biggest launch in our space ever, built entirely around a webinar presentation. I've been saying it for years, webinars are alive and well, and they work better now than they ever have before. And then the offer. Irresistible, stacked and layered. We had a core offer, we had bonuses, we had fast action bonuses. This is textbook launch strategy, but again, executed at an extremely high level. And then he had a deadline causing FOMO. There was a clear end date and a final countdown to when this offer would go away. So he had real urgency, and we know that deadlines drive decisions. And then here's an interesting one, follow-up. This is where many people drop the ball. Hormozi didn't stop when the live stream ended. He followed up with more emails, encore webinar sessions, and another deadline, squeezing every ounce out of the launch. Again, none of this is brand new. It's marketing 101, but executed beautifully. And that's what created over 100 million in sales. But that's just the obvious stuff. So here's where things get really interesting. There were some genius moves in this launch that most people didn't even notice, and we're going to break them down right now. So the first thing was extended objection handling. If you watched the live stream, you'll know this. Alex didn't just present the offer and then move on. He spent a huge, some would think, a disproportionate amount of time addressing objections. Fear, doubt, hesitation. He tackled them all head on. He painted a picture of the kind of entrepreneur that you wouldn't want to be and the kind that you could become if you acted now. That long form objection handling is one of the biggest reasons people said yes, and they made the amount of sales that they did. The second genius move was contribution-based positioning. This one was super smart. He positioned the purchase not as something selfish for you, but as a contribution to others. You weren't just buying books, you were donating books to other entrepreneurs who needed them. So suddenly it wasn't just a transaction now, it was a mission. And people love being a part of and getting behind a mission. Number 3 was the core offer framing. Here's the clever part. The main offer was that you get 200 books. Everything else was positioned as a bonus. That made the bonuses feel like pure upside. But in reality, he would never have to ship all 200 books because the person who purchased the 200 books would give vouchers for other people to claim them. Maybe only 50 of the 200 would get claimed, which means 75% of the cost to Alex disappears while the perceived value remains sky high. Number 4, creating an army of affiliates and they didn't even know it. By giving buyers 200 books, he basically turned them into unpaid affiliates. No one likes waste. So what happens? Buyers start handing out books, and every time someone redeems a voucher for a book, they're pulled back into Alex's funnel, where of course they'll be offered more upsells, Alex will make more money, and here's the kicker, these affiliates aren't even paid a cent. They'll happily drive traffic straight into Alex's ecosystem. This is genius. So what does this mean for you if you're not Alex Hormozi? It means that you don't have to reinvent the wheel and come up with something revolutionary to have a big win. You just need to master the basics, execute them well, and look for creative ways to reframe your offers. You need to be building hype and curiosity about what you have coming up. Always focus on capturing the leads first. Don't just sell, but handle objections deeply. Find ways to make your offer feel bigger than just a transaction. And think about how your buyers can amplify your reach for free. These are strategies that you can use at any level, whether you're running small webinars to 50 people or live streaming to tens of thousands. If you found this video helpful and you want to go deeper into how to build webinars and sales funnels that actually convert and drive you clients into the business, check out this video right here. I think you'll really enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one.